and giving him all of these things and telling him, and the Prophet ﷺ telling him again and again to pronounce that expression and that testimony of faith, so that Abu Talib may be saved from the hellfire. And finally Abu Talib died upon what? Upon the religion of his father Abdul Muttalib. The last thing he said before he died was, but rather I choose the religion of Abdul Muttalib. And Abu Talib, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, is the one who will receive the least punishment from the people of the hellfire. 2 pieces of coal, burning coal, will be put under his feet, from which his brain will boil. And he will consider himself to be from the people who have the worst punishment. But he, in fact, will have the least punishment from the people of the hellfire on the Day of Judgment. The second individual, the second uncle, you can say is a complete opposite. Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab, who, on the account of whom a surah was revealed, saying, may the hands of Abu Lahab perish, and may he himself perish. He was an uncle, but he wasn't like Abu Talib. He was a terrible enemy to the Prophet ﷺ. He used to wage war against him. He used to insult him. He used to follow him ﷺ everywhere he went, saying bad things about him, telling people that this is my nephew, I know him better than you, don't listen to him. And both of them are idolaters, were idolaters, Abu Talib and Abu Lahab. But they were different. They were not the same. And the position of the Prophet ﷺ and his treatment of these 2 individuals was different. It wasn't the same. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told us, Allah does not forbid you from treating fairly and justly and well and being fair to those who did not fight you on the account of your religion and did not drive you out of your homes. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word bir, which in Arabic, if you translate it, means kindness and good treatment, the same way as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the same word in relation to the parents. The parents must be shown bir, and these people who did not fight you on the account of your religion and did not drive you out of your home, they must be treated well and they must be treated fairly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and treat them fairly, meaning do not wrong them, do not consider them the same as others. Indeed, Allah loves those who deal with people fairly. And that means that we show to these individuals who come under this description, we show to them manners that we do not show to others. That we show them the beauty of Islam. We inquire about them if they get ill or unwell. We visit them. We greet them in the morning and in the evening. We concern ourselves with them even though they are not Muslims. This is how they must be treated. And the word that we must be fair with them means what? That we don't attribute to them the sins or mistakes of other people. They are not responsible for that. But rather, the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, indeed He forbids you from those, only from those who fought you on the account of your religion and drove you out of your homes, and they assisted others and got assistance to do that you befriend them. So therefore, those people who did that to us, if they did that to us, we are allowed not to treat them the same way, and we should not treat them the same way as the previous group, the first group. Even though I would prefer that you return, even if they treat you unjustly and unfairly, you reciprocate that with good and fair treatment. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, reply with what is better. Treat the other individual who mistreats you with what is better. Then you will find suddenly that the person who used to be an enemy to you, he becomes a very jealous friend of yours, who protects you. And this is not possible to be achieved except by those people who have patience. And they have a lot of it. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said after that, and this is not possible to be achieved except by those who have patience, and this is not possible to be achieved except by those who have a great share of it, a tremendous share of it. Those individuals who put the religion above themselves and their own desires. Those individuals who think about the benefits of the da'wah before they think about their own benefits. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, call to the path of your Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, so that you do not drive them away, and you prefer the benefits of this and the maslahah of the da'wah above your own. Because befriending someone and offering someone one's love contains two things: to love those people and to help them. As for the love that an individual has naturally, then that is found even in animals. You find that animals, they have natural love that is put in them naturally, that they show to one another. Even cats and kittens and others, they will show love towards one another, and that is not love, of course, that is based on anything other than the natural inclination. So for example, if a Muslim marries a Christian woman, someone will say, you can't really love her. You have to hate her, in fact. So while he is hugging and kissing her, he says, I don't really love you, I hate you for the sake of Allah. How can that be possible? If she is your wife and she shares everything with you. So therefore, there is a difference between loving for the sake of the religion and loving as a husband, as a father, that the love you have towards your children, the love you have towards your relatives and so on, and your wife. This is different kind of love. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you will never find the people who believe in Allah and the last day, who exchange love and affection with those who oppose Allah. You will not find that word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used is the love that they share with those people who oppose Allah's religion, and they do it not as a consequence of their natural predisposition. And the Prophet ﷺ loved Abu Talib in that way, as a nephew would love his uncle, or as a person would love the brother of his father, with natural love. And he realized ﷺ that individual had a lot of pressures on him. So some of the thoughts that were going through the head of Abu Talib were, Abdul Muttalib was a good person. He used to feed the people who used to perform pilgrimage. He used to do a lot of good. Can I consider myself better than my father Abdul Muttalib? And what will the people say if I say that or I do that? So therefore there was a lot of pressure from different sides upon Abu Talib. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, addressing the believers, do not take your fathers and brothers as friends and close associates if they prefer disbelief over Islam. Meaning they prefer, they love, as Abu Talib did, they prefer to be upon kufr, to die upon disbelief, and to be upon it, than to be upon Islam. And the Prophet ﷺ did not love Abu Lahab. In fact, he hated him. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the whole surah talking about Abu Lahab and his wife at the end, saying, may the hands of Abu Lahab perish, and may he himself perish. His wealth will not avail him, and whatever he earned. He shall burn in a fire that will be blazing and full of heat. And his wife, the one who carries firewood, in her neck there will be a rope made of palm fiber. So that is the translation of that surah. And Abu Lahab, as opposed to Abu Talib, his punishment will be much, much worse. His punishment will be that he will be in the lowest levels of